right, so I'm going to ask you just a random something here. All right. Uh-oh. What do you mean, uh-oh?
That's a fair uh-oh.
That's a fair uh-oh.
You know I don't do this scripted crap.
No, it's okay.
All right. If you were arrested, heaven forbid, what would your mugshot look like right now?
Well, you should ask. I can show you a picture of last weekend.
Let's see your mugshot.
Is there a hood of a car I can? Because that's basically how it looks. My mugshot was like, really? We're at Waffle House. How are we getting arrested here?
It was Tanner, our tour manager's birthday last week. So we got the bright idea to pull a prank on him, and we met some really nice police officers in the Waffle House as we were in there, and we're like, you know, hey, would you? PD was like, do you ever arrest people? And they're like, well, yeah.
I'm like, perfect.
Could you arrest us as a prank for our tour manager? So we got out there and they pulled the car up and they turned the lights on, and they had BD on one side of the hood in cuffs and me on the other side of the hood with cuffs, and then Michael, our guitar player, had to go inside and tell Tanner to wake up because he was totally asleep. So he tells Tanner's like, you know, BD and Schmidt are getting arrested, you got to come out. And he's like, no, it's not happening. He looks out and he sees the whole front lounge, you know, blue lights spinning. He's like, oh wow, there's really cops out there. So he comes out and there we are, handcuffed, arms behind us, yelling all we want is waffles and everything. And then finally, well, the whole thing was started off as the cop was like, well, we can just tase them. And we're like, no, we don't want our tour manager tased. We just want to pull a prank on him real quick.
There might be times you want him tased.
So poor guy to come out and
talk cuffs off of us, which was pretty funny. Like,
and nobody got that on video.
But you know what he wanted to do? No, well,
they wouldn't let us video.
No,
never happened.
The funny part was, so Smitty is just kind of like doubled over, you know, because he's like, I can't look at Tanner, or it just goes.
I would have fallen to pieces laughing. I would the whole thing away.
So we might or may not have been drinking, but so and so I start yelling, we just wanted waffles, and like this is all BS, and Tanner, one of the lady cops walks over and just grabs him, I'm gonna put you in my car, and Tanner's like, that's a great idea, put him in, as soon as you get him out of here, I can maybe get him out of there. He's like, right now with his mouth, I'm not getting him, he's going straight downtown, and it was awesome.
Oh man,
it's a good time. It was his birthday, so what else do you do?
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
You'll never have another one like that.
You
well, you probably will.
Next year,
right.
Till next year.
Well, we're not going to keep you much longer because of it.
Good, babe.
You know. I hate
I'll tell you one more
you.
thing, just for sake of talking, I guess. But Brantley, again, he's putting out the platinum edition of his current record, Just As I Am. May 19th is when it's coming out, and we've got another song on that we wrote, so you get to hear.
You got songs out the wazoo.
Well, we write songs.
That's what you do.
But you make sure you guys go pick that up.
When are you going to write Jen, oh Jen?
Wait.
It's your wife's name too.
Yes. Oh, I totally get it.
But it could be me. Or nobody would know the difference.
I like it.
I'm a fan.
Well, that's good because I'm a fan. All right. Let's see. Let me ask you one more random. Let's see. Well, okay, that was going to answer my question. The whole arrest thing just answered that question. So I was going to ask you what the funniest thing ever made you.
We escaped the mugshot.
What made you laugh the most obnoxiously loud? So I know that.
Recently?
Yeah.
That would probably
be it.
That night, yeah.
All right.
When Tanner, yeah.
Okay. Make up a song and sing it right now.
Make up a song and sing it right now.
You're good at that's what you do.
It is what I do. If I was going to make up a song right now, I would say, man, I sure wish I had a little more cold beer up in this soul-loving cup. Getting the light empty, thinking I ought to just fill it on.
There's your next hit.
It's just elementary rhyming. But,
I couldn't do that. It's not elementary.
If I didn't leave you hanging.
That's not elementary. I couldn't do that.
Solo cup and fill it up. I think I've heard several train wrecks sing that world.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're not kidding.
It was a different color cup.
It was. Actually, I like that song.
I did too.
I thought it was brilliantly written.
It was brilliantly written.
but now we can't drink out of them.
Okay, here's one. This is a valid question now.
Go.
What song by another artist, excluding Brownlee, do you wish you'd have written?
Oh man, I have a short list of songs I wish I'd have written, but probably, man, that's a tough one. I would probably have to say Mac McAnally's song, Back Where I Come From.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That song, to me, I think is the, I don't know that you could paint the picture any better about being proud of where you're from. I mean, we sort of did it with Lights in My Hometown. But
Sorta.
That song to me is a benchmark in writing. So that would probably be my one. And every night on stage, you know, we always, we kind of have recently kind of moved it into a different deal where we go into an acoustic set where we talk about, like, for me, had I had the chance to write this song first, it's kind of how I might would do it. No, with all due respect to the artist who did it and the writers that did have it, I would kind of do it my way a little bit, you know, and that's one that I can't do anything other than do it the way that Mac did it. You know what I mean? And Chesley did it, obviously, but just a great song. No two ways about it.
Choice is totally Brian Davis.
It's a benchmark. Yeah. I mean, we do add moonshine to it and a few other styles, but
We changed it up.
it's just kind of what we do. But so,
good.
but that's the song. Yeah, that one.
Well, that also kind of spawned the acoustic record too. Was
True.
what we, you know, each show it was a way. You know, we come out the gate, guns blazing. I mean, you've seen our show several times. So it's sort of like when you knock people over the head 9 songs deep. It's sort of like, okay, let's give them a breather for a second.
Yeah.
So that's how the acoustic set started. Where it's
Yeah.
like, well, we're gonna go out and play 3 songs. And you know, it was just BD and I, and then that kind of, the more we did that, we're like, man, it'd be kind of cool to do, you know, a whole record of just that stripped down, because you know that's where every song starts, is in a room with someone with an
Right.
acoustic guitar and
They're
a
all
vocal.
acoustic to start
Yeah,
with.
so that's where every song. And then you know you throw all the production, and it becomes into, you know, the big huge things that are on records and what the show becomes. But you know that was kind of our way of giving the crowd, you know, a little bit of a downward slope for a second, let them relax for a bit. But then it was, you know, kind of a cool way to get a little more intimate too. And we started noticing more and more people were getting into the acoustic parts, singing along more, because it was, you know, there was a little easier for them to make a connection on some of the stuff, and especially in markets that we were breaking into for the first time, because that was an opportunity for them. Like, okay, we've brought you along so far, you know, showing you who we are. Well, here's some songs of what got us to where we are, and start playing some stuff that we like to play every night, and songs that have inspired us.
Yeah,
So it's fun.
that's a great way.
You always interview so great. Look at me like, shucks. Okay, got a couple more and then we'll
ma'am.
wrap it up.
We're good, girl.
So you guys are all over social media, all over it. How can people find you?
For us, it's just Brian Davis Live. So Facebook, Twitter, everything is the same.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's all the same. For Schmitty, it's
Schmitty Drums on Twitter and everything. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It's all Schmitty Drums.
And you guys handle your own stuff. You don't have the social media manager thing
Yeah.
going
well,
on.
we got
That's
management,
us.
but I like to talk to people. So
Well, that's what social media is
I love
about, is
it.
breaking down that middleman.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I love. I was laying in my bunk before you guys walked up, back and forth with some folks about tonight's meet and drinks. To me, I don't know. Like I'm a fan of meeting and getting to say thank you to folks who take time out of their lives to come hang out with us. So
Well, for those that don't know, tell them what a meet and drink is.
meet and drink is
kind of obvious,
Probably
but-
my favorite part of the day, just because I get the privilege of inviting, 25 people or 30 people into the front lounge of the bus here, and we have a cold beer hangout, and I get a chance to find out about them, talk with them, hang out, and play a couple songs too, and somebody bangs on his box a little bit. But the coolest piece of that, I think, for me, is getting to know fans on a level beyond the front row, like getting to have them in our living room hanging out with us. And there's something about, I don't know, everybody I've ever had a cold beer with, I have a whole different level of connection than I do with people that I just meet in passing or whatever. So I don't know. It's just it's a thing I absolutely love. It may not be for everybody because we are us. You might get the most candid version of us, train wreck and all.
Talk about stripped down.
But it
Get
is
stripped down.
definitely us. And so we just enjoy. It's my favorite part of the day. So.
I think
Well,
I
good.
agree. It's a better way of connecting too. I mean, so many meet and greets nowadays is, you know, they get you 10, 15 people at a time. They usher you in front of a photographer. Snap next, and there's not a connection.
There's no meat.
Yeah, there is no
There's
meet.
no
It's
meat.
just it's literally like a picture, and that's cool to a degree. But you know, I think what we've always had fun doing is getting to meet fans and have that, you know, close interaction with them. And I think that's what keeps them coming back. And they'll, you know, we see somebody that will come and be like maybe one, and they'll have one friend with them. And then the next meet and drink, it's like they have 2 people with them. And then the next time they have more, and they're, you know, they'll have a whole section out in the crowd, you know, hanging out. And that's, you know, that's what you got to do. I mean, if you want to build a fan base, you know, if you want 1 million fans, you got to shake 1 million hands. So I mean, you gotta get out there. And I didn't quote that. Someone else told me that line, so I can't take credit for it.
I like that.
But no, but it's true. And I guess the story behind that was like someone told that's what Taylor Swift's whole thing was. For her, like her building her fans, like if she wanted 1 million fans, she had to shake 1 million hands. And she used to stay out there for hours after her show.
She stayed out for 13 hours at CMA Fest.
And you know, BD does that. You know, at the end of every show, you know, when we're doing the big trash can ending, you know, he'll be like, you know, thank you very much. He goes, when we get done, I'm gonna jump off, and I want to meet each and every one of you. And he will. He'll stand out there and he'll shake hands with everybody, get to know their names, sign stuff, take pictures or whatever after the show. But that's how we get people keep coming back. And you have to have that connection, otherwise people don't want to come back. There's so much music out there, you can go to see anybody. So if you don't have a connection with your fans, they'll just skip off to the next one.
We all connect like not many other people do. I mean, not in a bad way, but in a good way.
Oh, well, I mean,
In a unique way.
occasionally.
In a unique way.
You're definitely unique.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, well, we're going to let y'all go. So I'm going to do your
Good.
thing
Thank
before
you guys
show.
so much for stopping by the bus and hanging out, man.
Thank
You know, I got to see you.
You're welcome in our world anytime.
I like being part of your world.
Awesome, man.